Hey guys, so today I'm going to do a chatty get ready with me type video, and I'll be sharing with you my labor and delivery story. So I'm not going to tell you guys like all the products I'm using. I will leave it down below in the description box so you guys know what I'm using. I'm not gonna like share with you. It's more like a chatty video. So let me get started. I don't even have all of the makeup out right now. Jackson, my newborn son, he's officially 1 week old today, and he is downstairs with his Grammy and his dad. So I wanted to film. This was like the first night. I had like 6 hours of sleep, so we're rocking it. So let's just get started. So if you guys have been following me on my channel, you guys know last Monday I posted my 36-week appointment, and that day is the day that I went into labor. I filmed that 36-week appointment. I finally made my hospital makeup bag, and I filmed that get ready with me video. And that was also the day I finally like put sheets on the beds for my guests and got my pillows and everything. So pretty much that was the day I did a lot of nesting, which was hilarious. So I went on a small walk, and I wasn't feeling any contractions or anything. Went on a walk with my dog Hopper, if you know who he is, and pretty much it was like a normal day. And then we had dinner, me and my husband had dinner, and then we went to bed. So we went to sleep around, like in bed around 9-ish, and I'm trying to find what I wanted to do today. And we like laid in bed until like 10. So 10 o'clock comes, and I am ready to turn my phone off and try and just go to sleep. My mirror's over here if you guys are wondering. And come 10:15, like 10:17, 10:15-ish, we'll just say, all of a sudden, like we were in bed, all of a sudden I hear and feel a pop. And then I have this sudden urge and rush to go to the bathroom. So I ran to the bathroom immediately, and all of a sudden I had a like pink clear tinge to when I wiped. So I all of a sudden immediately was like, oh my god, my water broke. Take in effect that I had not had any contractions or anything before that point. So I was 36 weeks in one day, and I didn't have any, like I said, any contractions. So I immediately screamed to my husband, who had already taken his like pain medicine because he was working out pretty hard that week. And I said, honey, my water broke, we need to go to the hospital. And then he was like, well, call the doctor. So I called the doctor, told him I think my water broke, and I was still like on the toilet and everything. And they were like, well, you should come in and get checked. So we knew we were going into the hospital, and like I got off the toilet, and every step I made, it was like constant flow of fluid coming out. So I knew my water broke, and this was it. So my husband got up, and I pretty much stayed in the bathroom because I didn't like constantly feeling like I was leaking. And my husband packed up the car. Now I was freaking out. I was yelling instructions at him, telling him to hurry up kind of thing, and he pretty much was trying to take it relaxed and chill. He knew if this was it that we're not leaving the hospital until we had our little son. And I kind of just was like, go, 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 we need to go kind of mood. So I was ready and freaking out, kind of like, oh my gosh, my water broke. So we got to the hospital around 11, and I told them what was going on. They checked me in. What was funny is I could walk. I still wasn't feeling contractions or anything at that point. So I could walk in, and when... Yep, he ready?
I'm so sorry.
He's ready.
I have to go.
Okay.
Isaac's pootieing. Baby's in bassinet.
Okay, got him.
Not really properly swaddled.
I'm not even joking. Hashtag mom life already. And my Grammy, my mom, she has to leave, and my husband's in the bathroom, so we put him in the bassinet. So I'm going to show you guys real quick Jackson. So hopefully he doesn't wake up. Cross your finger. So here he is. Whoa. Here's little Jackson. So, let me put him down, finish my makeup, and I'll tell you guys the rest of the labor delivery. But I figured this is the perfect time. He's like so cute and sleeping. But there he is. There's my baby. Okay, so now that he's settling back down. Yeah, he's good. So, where was I? So, Copper, you're fine. Copper's in here now too, with the door shut. But, okay, so we got checked in around like 11-ish. And they were like telling me I had to go sit in a wheelchair. And I was like, no, I'd rather walk. They're like, we can't admit you unless you're in a wheelchair. So I had like a pad and stuff on and stuff like that. And I had my husband's like sweatpants on. So I wasn't like leaking or anything. But I sat in the wheelchair and they wheeled us up. They got us in the labor and delivery room and they immediately were asking us a bunch of like medical questions, things like that, and getting us all settled. Now that morning is when I got tested for my strep B. So we did not have the test results in yet. And so they were going to start. We didn't have the test results in yet, so that was kind of iffy. We didn't know what to do about that. So then the doctor came in and she was like, so what's going on? I told her, I believe my water broke. And so she went and checked and immediately she was like, yep, you weren't kidding, your water broke. And so we were officially checked in. We told her due to us getting the strep B test, the results weren't in, she recommended that we do take the antibiotics just in case. So we got me ready on that. And when she checked me, I was already 3 centimeters dilated, 80% thinned, and station 2. So, and all that I didn't really feel. So that was, like I said, around 11 o'clock. So they wanted me to just relax. I started getting contractions like every 4 to 5 minutes. And they pretty much wanted me to just see if my body would go into labor naturally, which was awesome. I loved the hospital and everyone who I worked with. So they came by to check around 3 and no, around 4. They said they'd come by to check around 4 unless I needed them sooner. So around 4 I was only 4 centimeters. So for about 4 or 5 hours I was getting contractions. I was starting to feel them, but I only went 1 centimeter, which was kind of disappointing. So she said, and wait another hour till 5. If I wasn't more, then they would start me on Pitocin. Now, I don't know if you guys like what Pitocin is, but the bags they had me on IVs already. They stuck me with the IV. It only took them 1 time, but it hurt so bad. They were able to find a vein like on my side. Still have like a little mark on the side of my wrist, so I couldn't really move my wrist that much. I've never been in the hospital before, other than like I broke my collarbone in like high school, but it just was all brand new to me pretty much. So they put me on oxytocin, which I guess is the same thing as Pitocin, or in the family, I don't know. So they did that. He has the hiccups if you hear him. They did that, and we kind of just waited an hour, and come 6 o'clock, I was really starting to feel it. So the nurse came in, make sure everything was okay, and I was like, so and it's 6 o'clock in the morning, so when can I have an epidural? I could not sleep the whole time. I was definitely feeling the contractions. So she was like, well, changeover time is 7, so you can either wait till 7 or I can try and get the epidural in within like the next 30 minutes. I just have to put the bag in and I can get the IV bag in you in 4 minutes. So I said, okay, let's do that, because I'd rather not miss my window to get the epidural and feel pain later. So we did that, and then it's like pretty much 8 o'clock. Well, okay, so the epidural guy came in. I'm like jumping around. But the epidural guy came in, and he had to do it twice because I could feel a pinching sensation. So I guess I wasn't curled up enough back. If you haven't gotten an epidural, it's not like a spinal block, but it is a pain medication that goes into your back. So my husband was able to stay in the room for it. He just sat in front of me. I had to curl my back, and they inserted it. So immediately at my right side I felt good, but I was one of those people that my left side I could still feel pretty much every contraction. So that was unfortunate. They tried to move me in different positions. Honestly, I did stay in bed. I wasn't thinking that I wanted to stay in bed the whole time of labor, but due to my water breaking and I was constantly like dripping and things like that before, I didn't want to walk around and feel gross. So, and it's funny too, like every time, it was like every hour before the epidural I had to pee. So I would wake my husband up, he would help me move to the bathroom, bring my like little IV station and everything, and then he would go back to sleep and I would go back to feeling contractions. But when the epidural was in, like I said, the left side I couldn't feel it. I mean, the left side I could still feel it, right side not. So they tried to move me in different positions, saying gravity would help with the medicine going in, but it was just not working. So come like 8:30ish, the nurse felt so bad she gave me a Foley bulb, I believe, which is more of the epidural. So they also put me on the left side to lay, and where is the left side to lay, and I'm trying to find my little pellets. And then I was starting not to feel it. However, immediately once I could not feel the left side, I started feeling the ring of fire, if you know what I mean. Now, what's interesting too is because they gave me so much medication for my left side, my right side was completely dead leg, asleep, could not move it, could not do anything with it. So that was kind of unfortunate. But as soon as I stopped feeling the pain on the left side, I started, like I said, feeling like I needed a push. So and also the other funny thing is, my contractions were consistently every 4 minutes apart. So that's the crazy part. I'm really glad and thankful that my water broke when it did, because they wouldn't have admitted me into the hospital until like around 6 a.m. I would have been laboring at home with those contractions and in so much pain if my water didn't break, because you can't go in unless it's like you're 4 or 5 centimeters. So yeah, so then once that was in, they started doing practice pushing, which really basically is the same thing, and I was able to get a lot of progress. I went from 4 centimeters to 7 immediately, and then it was time to push. So guess who, if you guys have been following my pregnancy updates, they switched doctors too at 7. The first one was a girl I never had before, but guess who delivered the baby? It was the guy, Dr. Jacobs, that I was not a big fan of. You guys know his personality is not the best, and he was always worried, put me on chronic hypertension, baby aspirin. But he was the guy there at 7 o'clock. I was like, I knew it, I claimed it. It's how the world works, you know. So he came to check. You saw the epidural was in, and when it was time to push, he, like, apparently I was like a good pusher or something. I don't know, that's what they kept saying. I feel like they say that to everyone in the beginning. But I was able to get him out in like 30 minutes with 4-minute intervals in between, which kind of stunk because I would have really good pushes. They would say, oh, we see the head and stuff, but then there would be like that 4-minute stall that nothing happens and everyone's kind of like do, like just waiting. So when there was finally like he was starting to crown, they called the doctor and he was kind of just waiting, and then he almost left the room, and the nurse that was working with me was like, no, watch this. And he stayed and he saw it and he was like, okay, I need to get ready. So he got ready and we had the baby. Pretty much from 7 centimeters to the time he came out, my eyes were closed and I was focused, concentrated. So he came out screaming at the top of his lungs, which was thankful because he was a preemie. We had about 9 people in the room with us. The whole NICU team was there in case something was needed because he was a month early. I had 3 nurses for me and the doctor, so we were pretty much full family, and I think that's why my eyes were closed during all of this, because there was so much attention and spotlight on me. Like literally there was like so many lights and stuff on you know what. So let me put my eyeliner on and hold on. So when he came out, they immediately, they said too, they asked me if I wanted to touch his head when he was crowning. I was like, no, I could feel it, aka I could feel that he was in me. That was so painful, the 4-minute wait when he was crowning. But I did not want to touch, I did not want to look at him coming out. I just wanted him out. It was painful, I was ready. So when he came out, like I said, he was screaming. They immediately took him. We did do skin to skin for like maybe, it felt like 20 seconds. It did not feel like the delayed clamping that I was wanting, but I think it's because he was a preemie and they wanted him immediately to check him out. So they put him in the warmer, checked him out. All his AMPAR, I think came back good. He had a little bit of, I think, jaundice or something. The coloring was a little off. But then immediately we tried breastfeeding, and that was, let me show you. So immediately they had the nurses trying to have him latch and skin to skin and trying breastfeeding immediately, which was amazing. They called it the golden hour. So after you have your baby and you're recovering, and I delivered the placenta like in 2 minutes after that. And I didn't really feel the contractions or anything at that point. You're on so much hormones and emotions and your baby's on your chest and you're just kind of happy. So we kind of took those 2 hours just to relax as a family and try and breastfeed. He did have a hard time kind of latching, but he did at least just do skin to skin, which was awesome. So then when it was time to start moving to the, I forgot to tell you his stats. He was 5 pounds 4 ounces, 18 inches long, and he's pretty healthy, which I am super thankful and happy about. He's been like the best baby ever. No, he does not sleep in the bassinet with that blanket. It's just because I'm awake. He's cool right there and it's warm. Because it's already been spring. The first day of spring was his due date. No, his birthday, I guess now. Bless you. His birthday is March 20th, so I had him Tuesday, March 20th. And that was the first day of spring, which is awesome because December 21st is the first day of winter, which is my husband's birthday. So that is pretty cool. So continuing on, I needed some help with my dead legs. So they had like a standing wheelchair thing that they kind of helped me to the bathroom. Isaac, my husband, was holding Jackson and they were so perfect. It was great. Then we moved to the mom and baby room and pretty much everyone came and was there. And that's pretty much it, other than like recovery and stuff like that, which I'm not going to talk to you guys about in this one. But yeah, that is Jackson's little labor delivery story. Let me put on. We do, so like I said, it's been about a week. We are getting the hang of things. He did have a hard time, I will say, latching at first. he was just getting really frustrated. My milk just wasn't coming in. My milk came in finally on like Friday, and so they immediately kind of showed me how to pump, and I met with 2 different lactation consultants. They were really worried about him just because he was a preemie and so little. Establishing some kind of feeding schedule was a must for us. It was actually so much of a must that they almost kept us an extra day because they just wanted to make sure that he would be okay, which I totally completely understand. They actually wanted us to say just 2 extra feeding times, and then after the first one it went so well that they said that we could go on, we got released from the hospital on like Thursday night. They said we could go after that time, but I wanted 1 more feeding with the nurses and everything to figure it out. That first night was so rough with him just getting so frustrated trying to latch on and be hungry. We just kept giving him a syringe, like they had little syringes that you could put your breast milk in, or your colostrum in, and feed it to him that way. So that's kind of what we were doing. So that's what we were doing at first, just pretty much syringe feeding him. But yeah, that's pretty much this labor and delivery story. Like I said, if you guys have any questions or any other type videos, let me know. I was going to plan a what's in my hospital bag, but I used it that day. I was going to plan it the next day, but you know, baby comes when he wants to come. So I plan on doing like a what I brought to, like, hospital bag, what I actually used, because honestly I didn't use half, maybe 80% of the stuff that was in my hospital bag, but there are definitely key things that I really use that I would recommend, so I want to talk to you guys about that. And since he was a preemie, we had like no preemie stuff at all, so we have done lots of Amazon orders, let's say that, and we're starting to get some stuff. Grandparents have definitely been pitching in. Went out and buy us a bunch of clothes, diapers, things like that, because really we stocked up on 0 to 3 month clothes and stuff, but even the preemie stuff was too big for him, and he's still in preemie stuff. Right now I'm kind of putting him in some newborn things, like sleepers and stuff, just because, like things with pants, it's so cold out. But yeah, I will show you him again, and check out, I will be doing like preemie must-have item videos and different kind of baby related content on my channel, so be sure to subscribe for more videos. And yeah, I'm really excited to get back in the swing of YouTube. It's been a crazy week and it's been really exciting and fun, but we're slowly getting a hang of things, and I'm very happy. So I'm going to leave you with him. He won't be in a lot of videos, but I will definitely be talking about this little one in my YouTube videos. So let's say bye, and if you guys, again, were interested in what I did, I'll leave the products down below, but let's say bye to the cute little handsome fella. Cute little handsome fella. And my first baby, Copper Man.